Howdy folks, today we're taking a look at the KM4ACK and Fed Halfway Antenna Kit. It's a great little kit and I found it to be pretty handy for jerking my POTA activations, so let's check it out today on K5ATA Ham Radio. Okay, before we get started, if y'all would, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit subscribe. It helps the channel out, helps you find new content, it helps get that content in front of other people as well. Make sure you hit that bell so you get alerted when we do have new stuff that comes out. Also, there is a Patreon link below. If you feel so inclined, hit that link, help support the Padawans at our school club. We would greatly appreciate it. And there's also an Amazon affiliate link down below. That's just our little Amazon store where you can find some of the stuff we use in the shack, some of the stuff at the Padawan shack, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. It just earns a few cents for everything you buy to support the channel and the Padawans. So let's get going. Okay, so first things first. Obviously, this is put together. This is actually the second one of these that I have. I have two. I have this one, which has got the BNC connector, which we're going to show you some assembly on today. And then I have the other one that Jarek and I have already tested out and used and has worked spectacularly well, which has the SO239 connector. Both of these you can pick up from Jason, KM4ACK's website, and I'll drop that link in the description below. I'm not sponsored by him or anything, but I will go ahead and tell you that he did send me these to test out, and so, you know, that's kind of the way that goes. He sent them to me, we put them together, and got them on the air, and I'm pretty impressed. So I'll take you through a quick put together. Although I will go ahead and tell you, for detailed stuff, he has got a great video off of his website that you can see that goes step by step how to do it. And then we're going to do a little SWR testing with the MFJ analyzer that we had a video on. I think it was last week. So let's get rolling. So here's what we've got when we start. Let me get this out of the way here. Okay, we've got the winding reference. It's got a 49-to-1 transformer in here. That is just your, as Ape would say, the reference for how to wind your toroid. And it's also got the 3D printed winder. So this is, it's thick enough, it's stout, it's sturdy, but yet obviously being 3D printed is lightweight. This dude right here is sized so that it can take either a BNC connector or you can cut these little gaps out right there and you can fit an SO239 connector in there. But we'll take a closer look at that in a minute. Also in the kit, this kit has the BNC connector. I also have one that has the SO239 connector on there. We've got the wire itself. This is actually your radiating element. This is, it's like a little bungee that kind of straps around to help hold things in place. Your magnet wire and zip ties, and then some attachment hardware. And then here we have, if I can get it open, toroid and little capacitor there. Okay, so first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to go ahead and get the toroid ready to wind. So this magnet wire that it came with, just kind of unfold it, get it kind of straight, and we're going to stretch out several inches of this. And let me get that measured out here, and we'll see what we got. Alright, so after that 8-inch mark, you're just going to fold that down on itself. And grab you a set of pliers or something. We're just going to start spinning this dude. And we're going to spin that until we have a nice tight kind of braid with a little loop-de-loop there on the end. Alright, 14 turns. Now, I didn't do detailed instructions on that because his video gives good instructions, but basically it's 14 turns. Alright, so after winding that toroid, okay, we want
those two coming towards where your connector is going to be, and this one's going to come up towards where you're going to attach the antenna wire to it. And we're just going to secure that using the included zip ties. Okay, so one thing to point out, pay attention to the little things, because even though I said to make sure that these two things were going in the right direction so they could reach the center conductor and whatnot, I still fastened it on there backwards. So take your time, don't get in too big of a hurry, hence the reason we're now using black zip ties instead of the other ones. Alright, so with the BNC, I just take this, I'm going to cut off enough that I can kind of bend it down in there. Single wire goes to the center, like so. If I can get my bend right. Okay. And then that double one's going to go to the ground there. So, alright, same thing here. We need to trim this because this is going to go to there. I'm going to give myself a little bit extra because that would kind of suck to be too short. Same thing here, just... Alright, so I didn't realize I wasn't recording. I crimped this little eye ring that comes with it onto there, and then I'm just going to put a bit of solder there to kind of help it out a little bit. Okay, so bolt, washer, hole, now still hot, eyelet, washer, and nut. Oops, if I can do it without dropping it. Moving to the country, gotta eat a lot of peaches. Alright, so I got that there. And what's going to end up happening is antenna wire is going to come on there, and that dude right there is going to hold it like that. Alright, I got to strip the finish off of this little double jobber here, so let me get that done right quick. Like so. Alright, now that one's going to attach there, that one's going to attach there with your handy dandy soldering iron. Alright, and now we're going to solder this in here. So, now I'm going to go ahead and tell you, like I said earlier, magnet wire gets pretty stinking hot, pretty stinking fast. Just so you know, that is an official unit of measurement. It's stinking. Heat El Nino up. Alright, with all those done, do a quick continuity check with your multimeter just to make sure you've got continuity between your center post and your side post, and each of them out to your antenna post here. Now, since assuming you have continuity, that glue gun I told you to plug in earlier, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, get the big one if you've got one. We're going to just hot glue a big old globular mess onto here. I'll try not to make it messy, but just because it's going to keep it kind of waterproofed and whatnot. Alright, and I've got hot glue here to hold that. Oops, still a little hot. Hot glue there to hold that in place. Hot glue here to hold this in place. And I've got a little bit drooping off. As soon as that cools a little bit, I'm just going to shave that off of there to kind of neaten it up. Okay, so I've got that all hooked up. What we're going to do is we are going to check it. Okay, so you see it's at 40, it's 7200. Run. I've got 1.67 to 1. Alright, 18.0 is 2.84. Alright, 20, which is 14.200. Hit run. 1.76 to 1. That's doable. Alright, 10 meters at 28.400. What is that? 1.53 to 1. That's good. Okay, on 12 meters, 24.950. 2.79 to 1. It's getting close, but it'll do it. Okay, on 15 meters, 21.300. Oops, I think I just turned it. 21.300. 1.72 to 1.
Okay, so that's that. So the antenna that we put together today, we were able to get everything under 3 to 1, except for 30 meters. I'm not sure why that was on 30, but it is what it is. I will go ahead and tell you the other one that Jarek and I have been using, everything tuned up under 2 to 1. So I have a feeling some of that problem that we had was some of those adapters and stuff. Anytime you add adapters to analyzers and antenna ends and whatnot, I had to do some adapting to get from the BNC on this to the SO239, and I actually had to go because I guess maybe I left them at school or whatever. I didn't have a BNC straight to SO239, so I had to go BNC to SMA to SO239. Anyway, I've got a feeling that was part of the problem here, because the other one with the yellow wire, that sucker tuned up everything great. Now, like I said, this thing is still under 3 to 1 on pretty much all those bands, and so it is very much a usable POTA antenna. So, I think he's getting $34. I think the regular price is $39. I think it's on sale right now. For $39, I'm all for this antenna. I mean, it's a great antenna. It's a great build. It's a fun little build. I had actually intended to build this with some of the Padawans and whatnot, but time was just getting away from me, and I'm not sure what our schedule is going to be like with, schedule, budget, any of it at school. So I went on ahead and threw this together, and I'm going to go ahead and order a couple of these to just keep at school and whatnot, so that the Padawans have them, and that way I can have them put them together as well. So if you're looking for a great little antenna that's a fun build, you can wind your own toroid, as the Smoking Ape says, then this is a great option for you. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. Y'all take care, and we hope to see you on the air. 7-3.